Hello, my friends. Happy summer solstice. And a reminder, we've got friends to help you out in a jam at soulmart.me. Like our newest practitioner, Bernadette Morgan, all the way in England, helping you with a 30-minute power shot. Jam through your troubles with Bernadette. Or maybe just a quick 15-minute read with Master One Feather, our expert psychic. Or perhaps you're looking for your destiny. How about DJ David Palmer? He'll give you an astrological destiny reading, all at soulmart.me.
Soul Garden.
Hello, my Sagittarians, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki. Welcome back. We're in the glorious Southern California. It's so beautiful today. Hope it stays this way. Either way, I want to remind you there's a beautiful spot on the internet. It's called soulgarden.me. We've got a fabulous staff. Mimi is the leader of the Sagittarius race, and she is our witch doctor. She's got all the little cures to everything. But come on by and do a drive-by, as Mimi says, and say hello. We'd love to see you. Now, it's an intense month, but it's not an intense month. I have to say, we are facing our emotional life, and for Sagittariuses, this means you're facing emotions around trust and intimacy and boundaries. So emotions are a very private thing for a Sag. They're very guarded when it comes to their emotions. They keep it really for the people they are closest to. And really, at the root of you, you're very emotional. And having an emotional consciousness ruling your trust and intimacy is the part of you that allows you to connect to a complete stranger, but it's also the reason why it's hard for Sagittarius to settle down in one long-term monogamous relationship. They don't very often. That's because of this rotating disc of emotional energy at your trust or not trust. On top of this, this is your annual time to cut and let go of anything that needs to be let go of. And Sagittariuses tend to be on the course of bringing things together. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is all about let's all realize we are one. It's a small world after all. That is the Sagittarius motto. So when the universe says cut and say goodbye, you're like, huh? You don't understand that. So it's difficult in that sense. On the other side, though, this is the transit where hopefully you do your soul work. You feel a lot better in 3 weeks. And Goddess, we have been through a lot. So as we begin on Monday, that's my setup. Breakdown, chance of storms for the Sagittarius. That's because Uranus rules today, which means anywhere where you're standing in the wrong context when it comes to trust and boundaries, it will fall. This might be that you were assuming something. I was assuming that me and my boss were friends. I felt like we were friends, or it felt like she wanted to be with me. It felt like this. And just because it felt like that doesn't mean it was that. But you, because you mix emotions and trust, might have opened completely up to people that weren't trustworthy. That would be the wrong context to approach a relationship. Whatever the case is, if something breaks down, maybe even with yourself, it is really about your initial emotional context of the situation that is not really suiting you. Now, it might be that this all happens or goes down at work. That is because the moon will be in Virgo, and so you'll be particularly emotionally sensitive on Monday to decisions that you have made, career decisions you have made, co-workers. So you might use your career as the playing field, but remember, this is a deeper issue about where you draw boundaries. On Tuesday, things lighten up a bit. Mercury rules the day. I'll say partly cloudy and professional for you. The moon will be in Virgo. So again, you are still kind of working on career and legacy. With Mercury ruling the day, you will begin to understand or articulate. Now, maybe you had a complete breakdown, but you didn't do anything about it. Maybe you have to tell someone no. Maybe you have to tell someone yes. That's a boundary opening or closing, right? Tuesday's probably the day to tell them, even though you might have had the epiphany with the breakdown the day before. I'd wait till Tuesday to let them know. But be conscious of this. During the course of the day, the moon will cross over Mars. And with the moon crossing Mars, this is going to be an aggressive flare-up. Not just you, everyone on the planet feels this energy. So everyone is uptight. Everyone is aggressive. And if you're not taking action or moving forward in your career, that might be where the big flare-up is. So it could be a lot of impatience, or it could be good news and you get super excited. This huge emotional flare-up does tie to this month's issue, which is trust, intimacy, and boundaries. So just be aware as the moon crosses Mars on Tuesday. On Wednesday, things kind of return to peace. So the first 2 days are hard. Wednesday is going to be the cool flat line. That's because Venus rules the day and the moon moves into Libra. Now, with the moon moving into Libra, emotions move from career to social status. And social status is a hot topic. We'll talk about that in just a minute. First, I will say that Wednesday is the day where you restore peace and order to your trust and intimacy issues. So if you weren't feeling safe, you should be by Wednesday. Or if you were in a fight or had something harsh go down with someone else, you'll start to feel peaceful about it on Wednesday. So just get to Wednesday. But really, the moon in Libra puts emotional focus on social status. And between Wednesday and Thursday, Saturn, which is farther along in the transit, goes direct. So it is now time for Sagittariuses to head in the social context, in the place in the world where they feel they belong. You've spent a year and a half contemplating where your place is on Earth, who your friends are or aren't, where you feel you belong. A whole year and a half. So you're starting to really feel this whole campaign, let's say, as the moon approaches Saturn, and as the moon crosses Saturn, you will begin to feel responsible for doing something. Now, between now and Scorpio, you will be on that course or not, and you will find that things do happen for you to get to that place that you want in your social status. Just make sure it's the right place. And this has to do with balance and order and whatnot. So Wednesday's kind of a heavy day and a whole new topic. Boundaries come along for the ride nonetheless. On Thursday, things are very cloudy, actually. I predict things will be especially cloudy for you. We're coming off of the moon crossing over Saturn, and Neptune rules the day, so you're very intuitive. Since you're in an intimacy and trust boundary transit right now, Neptune days means that it's a very psychic day. So if you have some weird things happen, it's usually a psychically driven day. And whenever the sun is in this part of our soul, we really feel more psychic than usual. So listen to whatever you hear on this particular day, and I'll be encouraging that with those who are watched over. But Venus goes direct on Thursday, which means suddenly you're in a position to begin receiving again, okay, in long-term relationships. You're ready to begin moving forward with a new concept in long-term relationships. You're ready to begin moving with a new relationship to yourself, and you're ready to start receiving. So long-term relationship issues start to move forward, which is funny because that puts pressure kind of on those trust and intimacy issues again, right? So you'll start to feel that on Thursday, very maybe subtly, because Venus will take a couple days to really speed up. Then on Friday is actually a cool day because Saturn rules the day on Friday, and considering how vulnerable this transit might be for you guys, I think you'll be feeling stronger on Friday, and that's the whole point. When Saturn rules the day, it's time to decide. In your case, you're probably closing doors, or you're making decisions about what you want to cut away from, or where you want to draw boundaries, who you'll be intimate with or not intimate with. It's usually what you don't want in chapter 1, but you are feeling that strength, and part of the strength is a blessing from a soul pyramid. We have a temporary soul pyramid with the moon moving into Scorpio. This is actually your subconscious self, so you're kind of under the seams with your emotional hunches. But for a period of time during the day, there'll be a trine between the moon, Neptune, and the sun. So you'll really begin to feel a conglomerate of energies coming together in the sense of what you need to take care of yourself. That's the intuition of Neptune. Where your actual faith is, that's your emotions. And then this month's topic, what boundaries will need to be drawn. So I really think you have a bit of a spiritual epiphany with the soul pyramid that leads to deciding what needs to be decided. Then on Saturday, it is time to act. You might have a little bit of anxiety on Saturday, chance of storms for you all. That's because Mars rules the day, which is putting pressure on you to go ahead and move forward with whatever this epiphany was you just had 24 hours ago. Move forward and enact or enforce the new trust and intimacy issues. If you are too afraid to act on that, that will turn into anxiety, and that's what my whole point is with Mars. But you want to move forward. Adding to your insecurity too is, don't forget the moon is in Scorpio, so for another day, your emotions are based on subconscious triggers, are based on old karmic patterns. You're kind of maybe spooked by your own ghost, so be conscious of that and just move forward. That's what you want to do. Just act, draw the lines, and move forward. It'll make you feel the best given all the planets on that day. Then finally, we have a very chill Sunday, especially for you. Sunny and cool for the Sagittarius as the moon will move into your sign, re-empowering the ego, re-empowering your charisma. So Sunday is a very shiny day, if you will. The universe also gives us another temporary soul pyramid, just temporary, with the fast-moving moon. And this moves this time from your ego and your strength and your character, moving over to Uranus in Aries, which is the innovation of your relationship to your inner child, and Mercury in Leo, which is ahead on the next topic, which will be your belief structure, which is everything to you. So your beliefs, your inner child, and your ego are all getting on the same team on Sunday, and that really probably is what empowers you. Earth rules the day on Sunday, so really what you want to do is just squat. In your case, you're squatting in the new boundary zone you just created. All right, Sag, I think that's everything. Yes, it is, at least for this week, but I'll see you in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.